Mhm. Still connecting. Ash. My tea's hot. Hello, everyone, and hi, Ryan. I just spilled tea on my laptop,
That's the best
but
way to
all
start a
is
live stream.
yes, that's all fine, right? So nice to be with you here, and thank you
Sure.
all for joining us. This session will be all, especially for coaches who want to make it on Substack, but also on social media and online overall. So this is well, we are trying to tackle Substack. This I think will be applicable for more environments. And I have with me one of the best coaches that I know, like seriously, from all the platforms, Ryan. And I will let him tell a little more about himself and how he's doing this and his journey. But Ryan, fantastic to have you here. How are you?
I'm so good, so good. And it's mostly because I get to work with you again. We've known each other on LinkedIn for almost 2 years now, through content. And then we ended up working together. And now it's like I'm coming over here to Substack and I'm like, Ana, help me.
Yeah, it's the same for me. When I see you, when I met you on LinkedIn, you actually gave me the boost and the energy to keep on going. And when I saw what you did there, I knew that things are possible. So I'm super super happy to have you here, my friend, and work together again.
Yeah, me
So tell
too.
us
Me too.
how what's all these things with the coaching journey. How do you make it? And how did you become so successful?
You know, I got into coaching on accident. I used to ghostwrite for coaches. So I was writing their content on LinkedIn, trying to help them build their business, handle all their content marketing. And then over time, I realized, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. It takes up way too much time. And so after working at Google, leading companies to exit, running a lot of content companies, I said, I bet I can take this coaching and really turn it into something where I can help other people just craft that really clear group coaching offer, not one-to-one
Okay.
offer. Because I didn't
Okay.
want to go from ghostwriting to one, and I did. And one-to-ones just meant, okay, I have back-to-back schedules. There's got to be a better way to do this. And so I tried the group model and eventually started scaling different group coaching offers from there. But
Okay.
the pinnacle of it all was when I realized, gosh, we don't need all that advice that's out there. This landing page, that landing page, thousands of lead magnets, being present on every platform, running the paid ads, doing all the cold stuff. What if we just had one offer? Not
Mm,
a course, not a subscription community, just one group coaching offer. And what if we
okay.
only scaled it with
Okay.
one protocol, like a
Oh,
live workshop?
now I want a reaction from the guys here. Okay, so if this sounds amazing to you, you have been doing one-on-ones and done for you, and you have been stuck into hours of client meetings and not seeing your head from work. Put a one in here in the chat, and let us know if this type of approach sounds amazing or what to you. Or have a reaction with the heart or something. I really want to know. So you pretty much moved from done for you and one-on-one coaching to group coaching, and I assume that your revenue didn't go down, right?
It skyrocketed up. It still hasn't quite hit me yet. So, whoop, my phone fell off. That hit me.
It's good luck for you too then.
So, the revenue went up because you can serve more people at once. The price didn't go down. The price
Mhm.
also went up. And usually that's a common objection. And they say, well, if you're in group coaching, you're going to lose the personalization. But I found that to be the exact opposite. You can still deliver equal to or greater than personalization, but everyone's learning together. That means
Okay.
if you have John in your program and John is way further ahead and Kathy is behind, Kathy's going to look at John and be like, well, what is he doing right? Hey, Ryan, can you help me? Or, John, can you help me too? What's working for you? And now
Right.
people can take the meat off the bone that makes the most sense for them, the meat off the bone that makes the most sense for them from other people, and start
Hmm.
combining new methods. So this brain trust develops and
Right.
personalization gets far deeper than it does because there's more people to learn from. but you as the coach are helping them still connect the dots. So it has just been,
Got
I'm so glad I did it, Anna. And I'm just, it just has been so refreshing.
it really sounds amazing to you. And I have to make this confession to everyone that, I'm truly thinking of doing this myself, because it's pretty much helping even more people. Because let's be real, as coaches, and I think that I'm a coach in a way as well, right? In different formats. As coaches, we also do this because we like to help people. It's a big portion of why we do this. And instead of just helping one and one and one and one and consuming our time and energy just doing that, we can help more people, at the same time, while increasing our revenue and scaling up and making it a sustainable business. So it really really sounds amazing.
Yeah, it
um
really is.
so I see we have about, wow, 94 wonderful people here, and I saw some hellos. And hi to everyone, you are all amazing for being here. Guys, send us the questions. We will scroll through the chat and see your questions, and we'll do our best to address them all, okay, not leaving anything on the side. I have asked my community, Ryan, and you know that, about some questions they might have, and I want to make sure that I go through them. And while I'll try to pick some of the questions and I'll look through the chat, tell me one thing, okay? We all talk about what successful creators and coaches should do. Three things that you must do in order to succeed, and not only on Substack but everywhere. What should they not do? Okay, so what are the best coaches not doing, in your perspective? So what are those must not do's, that we absolutely need to avoid in order to actually have success and to really scale our businesses? What do you think?
Yeah. The first and most important one is don't have tons of different offers that you're pushing to your audience. Pick one offer, make it crystal clear, have a tangible end state. For example, my tangible end state is to help coaches get on the
Mm-hmm.
20K per month pathway. We do that by hitting three checkpoints. Number one is a crystal clear group coaching offer that you can get 20 leads per
Mm-hmm.
week with. Number two is a crystal clear workshop that you can get 20 attendees per month to attend. Number
Okay.
three is having a minimum conversion rate of 20% or higher. And that puts you on that pathway to that 20K per month. So for the coaches out there, don't worry about the course
Amazing.
right now. The course can come 2 years later when you've gotten experience, you're selling naturally with one offer. Don't worry
Mm-hmm.
about subscription communities and so on. One offer. You only need one offer to scale to a million
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
And if we focus on the offer first, then our content is clear. Our landing page is clear. Our sales conversations get clear. Our head gets clear. And we don't have to worry about all these different dots to connect. It's just one. Now, there's
Yeah.
obviously more to it. We have to work a few things in there. You actually have to do more work at first just to get to that ramping stage done. Then you're done and you can simplify it and so on. So
Yeah.
that's the first starting point. One offer, not 10, not 5, not 3, not
Love that.
2, one.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, and I was thinking about while you were saying this, because it's kind of very similar to starting with being clear on your niche, without meaning that you cannot do many things, right? But you have to be clear. If you talk about cats and dogs and flowers and everything else, people will not know what to do. So it's the same with your offer, right? My definition, and correct me if you see it differently, okay? My definition of a great clear offer is something that shows the transformation. You are at point A, you want to get to point B, I can take you there. My offer is that transformation. It's not my service, it's not how fantastic I am, it's not how many modules my course has, it's not how many swipe files I deliver to you. It's actually my transformation. Am I right, or do you see it differently?
Absolutely. Everyone wants the transformation. They don't want the theory, they don't want the process. That's a part of it, but they ultimately are trying to say, I am here today in this undesirable situation. How do I get to that desirable situation? So if you're like a
Yeah.
mindset coach and you work with people who are burned out in their career, their undesirable state is that they're burned out, stressed, no clarity, no purpose, no direction. But the tangible end state is now they're a person with clear purpose. They
Okay.
know the career they want to have. They know the direction they want to go, the people they want to work with. Same thing with a career coach, right? You're
Yeah.
working with people who are static, stuck in their job. So how do you get them to another direction? And that
Yeah.
another direction is I'm working in a job that I love at a company that means something to me with people who I can help, people who I
Yeah.
can grow, scale, challenge, and ultimately get to that greater victory. So all we're doing when we coach is we're taking people from undesirable to desirable, right? And
Fantastic.
that's the essence of why it's so powerful in a group setting, because many people are on that journey with you and with other coaches who are thinking along that same mindset. So great question.
Fantastic. I told you guys he's the best coach. Okay, so I really hope you're enjoying this conversation. Here's a question that I think is really really fit for exactly this topic. How do you do if this is something that would, how do you know if this is something that will work for you? Is there a standard operating procedure to develop that one offer? And I think my following question is, do you help people through your program to develop that offer as well? Because I think this is the hardest part, right? So once someone is clear on their offer, they can sell it to everyone. So do you
Yeah.
also help them? Do you have an operating procedure system to actually create that offer? You don't have to say it all right now, okay? But if you can bring a little clarity, or what people should do to get to that offer, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the number one thing we work on. So, for those of you who are in the audience and you're saying, I don't even know where to start, I don't even know if this is applicable to me, I host a free workshop every month to teach you
Mhm.
literally how to craft a 12K coaching offer and then get on the pathway to turning it into a 20K offer launch event. And so,
Wait,
in
wait,
the
where can people see it? Sorry to interrupt you, but where
that's
can
okay.
people access your workshop?
So if they go to my Substack, or if they read the Substack that you were so kind to allow me to be a guest article for yesterday on your post timeline, they can see it there. And it's just embedded right inside the article, or you can go to my Coaches Who Close Substack and just click on next workshop. It's one of my links. You can see it there. I always
Right on
have it
top.
updated. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
fantastic.
right.
So sorry, I interrupted you. So you are
No,
taking
that's
them
okay.
through this process during that workshop that is happening every month.
That's right. So we're going in there and we're diving deep. We're first covering, hey, what are the offers we need to avoid, right? We have to know what to avoid so we don't inadvertently create up the thing that nobody wants to buy or the thing that's hardest to scale. Of course, very hard to scale. You got to have tons of traffic. It's not sustainable. You might get
Okay.
some sales. So after that, then we start going deeper into this is the group program that could work for me. This is the
Hmm.
tangible end state I can build. Whether you're a career coach, a business coach, or a mindset coach, we start building that tangible end state and all the checkpoints someone needs to hit in order to get to where they want to go.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so let me go through some of the questions that we had on the chat, and in the meantime, please put here in our chat any questions you have, okay? Or maybe, if Ryan, you agree, why don't you share with us your offer, as raw as it sounds, and we can see if we can give some feedback, if it sounds like something that could have work to do, or something worth discussing in that next workshop. So just put it in the chat, and I'll go through some of the questions. Is there any platform that is recommended for coaches that you would prefer? And I think that we are talking in general, probably for delivering their offer. I definitely prefer Substack. I think getting on Substack, yeah, all out, and then getting to your offer probably with Google Sheet would be my preferred version. But what's your preferred version?
I think there's two, and I want to answer it because Michael asked a follow-up question and it filters into the answer that you just gave. That yes, you can use Substack, absolutely. Because Substack allows you to go really deep with information. There's a wonderful community here. So use Substack, Michael. That's a great place to start. If you're a career coach, business coach, life coach, I found LinkedIn to be particularly
Mm-hmm.
helpful. So I've got about 70,000 followers on LinkedIn. And in the grand scheme of things, that's actually a pretty small social media account compared to like people on TikTok
I
or
don't.
YouTube.
I
So
disagree.
yeah, okay.
Not
Well, it's bigger
small.
over
It's
there. It's
modest.
bigger over there. Yeah. But the point is like on career on as a career coach, LinkedIn, right?
Mhm.
Everyone is on LinkedIn for their career. That's how the platform started. So it has a naturally inherent good base for career coaches.
Right.
But that's been so effective that it's also been profitable for business coaches, life and mindset coaches. So I'd say get on LinkedIn, the way they've
Mm-hmm.
embraced content as an important communication protocol on their platform is critical. But it doesn't mean
Okay.
you can't be on other platforms. I would just say master the one platform where you've got the most progress. If that's Substack, awesome. Substack is one of the best communities in the world. If that's LinkedIn, keep going and then decide over time, can you master another platform? But just get one to work first, okay? The theme of one rings true. One offer, one platform, one workshop. We want to win with one.
Yeah, I totally back you on that. I think that being a jack of all trades works sometimes, but not in this case. You gotta be all in on one platform. If you that have the experience this time, you can leverage your community to spread a little more, just like Ryan did. From LinkedIn to Substack. I did it as well. I'm both on LinkedIn and Substack right now. But master one platform well, and then you'll be able to master all of them, and that's where your audience will also know you best and be able to engage with you. I'll go with another one. How do you structure your Substack and make use of subscriptions? How do you increase visibility? And I'll try a shot at this. Okay, I think what's most important is that people know what you do, no matter what type of coach you are. If you are fitness, if you are a dog coach, if you are Substack coach, people need to know what you do. And the biggest fear I see in people is that, yeah, but I keep on telling the same thing and people will get bored, or I'm a little more humble than that and they should discover that while working with me. And I think that's bullshit. Okay, you need to tell people what you are and what you do. And the best way to do that, besides your long form posts on Substack, and you can decide whether or not to make them paid or free. That's your decision. Okay, but besides the post, put notes. Put as many notes as you want. There is no limit to it. It's much better than Twitter and any other platform. On LinkedIn, for example, if you are posting more than 3 times a day, and you have to really put it in a certain format to work, the algorithm really punishes you. And I think you will agree with me on that, Ryan. You cannot just be random on LinkedIn. But here, you can put even 100 notes if you feel like it in a day, or as little as one. The point is to keep eyes on you, to be in people's minds. And the moment you do that, they will know about your offer as well. So, do you have any other tips for structuring your content on Substack or otherwise?
Yeah, I think everybody, if I can, I know the internet is divided on this, but hear me when I say this because it has worked for me, and I've tried both. I've tried generalized posts, that hop on trends and generally try to bring in a lot of engagement and so on. That will get you engagement, yes,
Yeah.
but I've also gone the route of saying I'm going to hyper target and niche down and speak specifically to the people I want to serve. And when I do that, I convert. I got my first deal from Substack this last week. I have only 800 subscribers, and it's all free content.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so delighted. She's a wonderful person. And what I realize is when I go deep and I target the audience I want to help, not only do I convert more, but the people I
Mhm.
do convert are wonderful clients because they've come to a workshop. I've got a chance to serve them without knowing if they're going to end up buying or working with me. So you work with amazing people, you actually convert, and then it's okay, your niche will grow over time. So
Yeah.
I only serve coaches who want to do a group coaching program. That's the who is the coach, the what is what, the group coaching program. It doesn't mean you can't use my information for one-to-one programs and
Mhm.
all other types of stuff, but I'm narrowing in on the people who are motivated by that topic and that classification. Therefore, I get wonderful people to work with.
I love that. I love that. I think one thing. I mean, the main thing I love about Substack is the community that we're able to build. I don't know. I think somehow Substack managed to attract only, the kindest people here or something like
Yeah.
that. Because it's so I don't know, it feels so easy to form communities and to form relationships, and everyone wants to help out and everyone wants to share. And it's true, you attract your vibe, but when you are in an environment where it's a lot of your vibe there, I think it makes things even easier. So I'm happy to hear what you're saying, and I think that on Substack, people have the occasion to have even more of that. Um, Designing with code, guys. If this is useful to you, show us a heart or something. Show us a heart or put it in the comments. We would love to know. I see so many people joining in, so show us if you like it or not. Designing with code. To sell something, you need a product. Otherwise, we're just selling empty promises. So, what's your product? I think that if you don't have a physical product, and I know how it is to move from product to something very intangible. How do you do this? And I think that's exactly what we do, right? We sell a service or consulting rather than a physical product. So should there be a different approach in terms of organizing your offer and your system for selling it?
So the short answer is it could be a combination of both or one or the other. So I love what designing with code said, because many people think, okay, well, I need a digital product. I need something tangible. But the actual, is that your dogs? Hi, doggies.
Yes,
That's
sorry.
awesome. That's okay. The knowledge in your head is the product. So what you're actually selling in a group program, if we kind of zoom out a little bit here, you're
Uh-huh.
selling access to your knowledge, your experience, and your feedback. Often the
Yeah.
price of admission is worth the feedback that you get, or the feedback you get is worth the price of admission, to say that another way. And so you're helping people, often in many cases, you're helping people who are a couple steps behind you, and you're
Right.
over here, and so all you're doing is just trying to bridge the gap with that person. You can do that with your knowledge. Now, can you have products in there? Absolutely. So for me, I have a bunch of these little chat GPT things that help you with all your content marketing, because that's where
Yeah.
people often say, oh my gosh, I've got way too much time spent on trying to craft the perfect post. You don't need perfect posts. You just need to be able to
No.
communicate your experience. So we have AI to help with that. Doesn't mean you copy and paste it, but at least you're not starting from a blank page. Now you can edit it and go from there, and it writes it in your voice. So that could be an example of product that mixes with your knowledge and helps them really start to make that pathway to the goal that you wanting to get.
I love that. I hope it answered your question as well. If you have a follow up question for us or for Ryan, let us know. For me, that was a really useful answer, and I think that a lot of the system should be always based on reusing something, reusing it and mastering it, and bringing it to perfection, because that's when we save time. And if we save time, we can invest that time in something else, like our offer, like, I don't know, our group coaching, or having fun and we enjoying the benefits of doing all this hard work. um Good. Let me see. Are there other questions? I think I might have missed some. I'll go through the chat. Da-da-da-dum. So sorry, let me read this a bit. Oh, I have a
While you're doing
list.
that, Anna, while you're doing that, I'm happy to just go into more insights of what I think people should look at while
Yeah,
you're taking
please do.
questions. That,
Please
that's
do.
a good
That would be
idea.
fantastic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everyone, when you hear about crafting a coaching offer or thinking of any offer, I want to go back to something that I was saying at the beginning. Many people think I'm first going to start with a course because someone said that if I'm creating a course, I'm going to make money while I sleep. How nice is it going to be to wake up to those emails saying course bot, course bot, course bot?
Yeah.
But it doesn't often happen that way. So we spend all of our time recording videos, writing outlines, trying to get the perfect course in there. We launch
Mm-hmm.
the course, and maybe with some of our existing audience, we get some sales. But to maintain meaningful sales, so much so that it pays for groceries, rent, food, family stuff, vacations, whatever that is, you need a lot of traffic. There's very
Yeah.
few people in the world, like less than 0.5% of 0.5% of 0.5%, who can actually do something like that. That's why I don't think starting with a course is a smart option. And plus, you
Uh-huh.
have to do so much work just to get that course up. So for anyone in here who's got the idea for the course, it's probably going to take you another 30 days before you even get half of
At
that course
least,
done.
at
But with
least,
the
and you don't even know if that's
yeah,
gonna be good or not. Yeah.
that's right. And with the group model and a coaching model, you can start selling your offer quite literally within a couple of days of conceiving it. So long as you have the tangible end state and the checkpoints, you don't need to record any videos in advance because you're
Hmm.
inviting people into an environment with you, and you're outlining to them and managing their expectations in advance that, hey, this is going to be a live experience every
Yeah.
week. We meet at this day and this time, and here's the outline for our next 4 weeks. And you're just giving an outline. So for me, if I were just starting again, my outline for the first 4 weeks would be sessions 1 and 2, we're going to craft your offer. Sessions 3 and 4, we're going to learn how to put it into a workshop. Sessions 5 and 6, I'm going to teach you how to sell after that workshop. And then you're going back over time and refining that core curriculum. Maybe you're taking that 2-hour recording that you uploaded and now you're making it into a 20-minute video that's easier for new people to come in and watch. So you're just
Hmm.
refining your offer over time, over time, over time. You don't have to record anything in advance. Your recordings in the live sessions become your core material and you just get better
Yeah.
at executing that over time.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And especially because you can start right away, and I think that's the main point. And while you're starting right away, you're also testing it. Is it good? Is it not good? And
Right.
then you know what? You will also have the material, actually, for everything that you can put together. Great. So Philip is asking us, how do you get? So
They want your attention. They want on the live.
that Goe is asking, for a lot of attention. So next time they're out. How do you get insight into the customer journey from when they become aware of your offer to when they buy?
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. So how do you tackle that?
This is such a good question. Anyone who's on here, all 175 of you, this is one of those moments where you want to pull out your notepad and not miss it. Okay.
I'm
So
doing
we often think that in order for us to sell a premium program, something like 10K plus, we have to have really good content and then
it.
they'll buy. That doesn't happen. I've got a, we just established, I've got a bigger audience on LinkedIn. And what I've seen is that over time, the user behavior of doing that has gone down dramatically. So if content is
Hmm.
here, and conversion is here, your workshop naturally fits right in the middle. Now it's a bridge from content to what I call a pre buy experience, then to your offer. So, what does that funnel look like? Now, your content, you don't have the pressure to sell from your content. Your content is just meant to draw engagement so you can invite them to your workshop. Then you serve them on the workshop. Then, afterwards, during a call with them, that's where you can outline, hey, these are the problems you said you have. This is where you want to be in the future. Here's the idea of my plan I have for you. Would you like to continue building on that plan by working together? Now they're continuing their journey from the workshop.
Now that's goal. Yeah, Philip, I agree with you. Thanks so much. That's really kind. That's gold, Ryan. And I bet that not how many of you were using this approach. Was anyone using this approach until now? Silence. I was not using it either. So it really makes a lot of sense, Ryan. Thank you for that. Now, how and this is also a question from our community. How do you get generous with the information without giving away the secret sauce? And I personally like to give a lot away, but how do you do it? How do you, I think that the question is, how do you keep people engaged until the end? How do you make them not only buy, but keep on having the right information for them throughout the customer journey?
Yeah, I love this question as well. This is, again, another note taking moment. So critical. This is the weird paradox, okay? When you're giving away that information, you're actually serving them so much so that they can't help but be compelled to want that information and your feedback. So when I'm doing a workshop, can I truly even in 4 hours, give away all that I know. I can't. But I can give away a good chunk of what I know so that their mind is being shaped. And it would actually be a disservice if I tried to give everything away because you'd get so much information overload and you haven't even digested part one of it. So I'd say it's less about worrying, am I giving too much away? And it's
Yeah.
more about, am I serving them enough so they can even get started? If you're
Right.
getting the latter question right, naturally, when you invite someone to continue working with you, they're continuing because they're not only going to get better at the information you already presented, they're going to get the other
Mm.
information they don't have access to. They're going to
Yeah.
get better at both. They're going to get better at both because you're going to be the guide. So the
Yeah.
invitation is access to your ongoing knowledge, feedback, training. It's not going alone, it's going with you. That's why this is so important when you're serving people on that workshop. Great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, and fantastic answer. And I think it also starts with, you know, guys, just like Ryan says, don't be afraid of sharing, what you know, because if everything you know fits into only 1 hour of a conversation, then you are on the wrong track. Okay, you should not coach on that. You should coach on something that you are truly passionate about, and you should be able to talk about hours and hours and hours or days. And it's 99.9 the cases of most of the coaches when they start coaching, they know much more than just that 1 hour. So don't be afraid, because people don't buy something from you because you have the best offer. Sorry, but it's not because only because of that. The first step is because they trust you and they want to know from you, and because they like you. So the reason I have Ryan here, and I really honestly present him as the best coach I know, is because I trust him. I like him. It's not because he delivers pretty posts and fantastic offer systems. He does that as well, but I trust him, and that trust is built probably in months, in some cases in days, or in some cases in years. And that's what you should focus on. Get people to trust you by being honest, by being transparent, by putting everything that you have all out there, and making sure that you're also rewarded for it. And once you
Yeah.
build that trust, people will pay for hours of you. It's
Can
not
I
just for something.
say something on that, Anna? I think you just brought up such a tremendous point that remember this. This isn't my quote, and I've heard this shared around. Maybe some of you have heard this, but it's so critical. People buy the coach first. They don't buy the
Yeah.
product that the coach has first. They buy into the coach first. So if they buy into you, them buying into your products is simply a byproduct of them already being familiar with you, trusting you, wanting to lock arms with you. So they're going to buy into you, your ideas, how you think, how you solve problems, how you deliver breakthrough. That's when you have the right trust. And that's why I like the workshop, because they're seeing you coach people live, enable breakthrough live, deal with problems live, tough
Yeah.
questions live, direction, strategy. It all compounds together. So when you get that right, now someone is imagining themselves not at how expensive your program is, but how it's like, huh, I see how I could work with that person. And it goes a step further. I see how I could get results.
Yeah.
Now, final comment here, you're not selling possibility, you're selling probability. Little bit of difference in that P right there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
First, they're saying, is this
Love
even
that.
possible? And now they're saying, okay, I see how working with him or her could be probable.
Okay. I want
Bingo.
lots of hearts for that comment, guys. That's fantastic. And by the way, Alexandra D, thank you for applying for Ryan's workshop. She just applied for your February session.
All
And
right.
in case, yeah, I think more will, and they should, guys. You are missing on this. It's a free workshop, right? On
Yeah.
on February, or is it January 26th? Right? Actually,
No, February 10th and 11th. The last one was January 6th and 7th. So it should be showing
yes.
as updated. Maybe there was a glitch for someone who ran into that. But yeah, I teach this live. So you'll be able to go deeper. If what you like today, you want to learn more about, go to the workshop on the 10th and the 11th. Apply to that. And then we go from there. And we keep it small. We keep it about 30 to 50 people tops.
And guys, you find a workshop. It's a free workshop that Ryan is organizing monthly. The next one is on the 10th of February. You find it on his Substack. Go on his profile, go on his Substack, and right on top on the menu, you have the next workshop. It's very easy to reach. If you have any questions, if you don't know where to reach it, reach out directly to me as well. I can guide you on how to get on that workshop. You'll definitely love it. Fantastic. What's your thought on Substack cross posting feature? Does it work? Is it worth trying? You tell me, Ryan. Is it worth trying?
The cross, is that like when someone does a collaborative article?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it
Yes.
worked. It works amazing. Guys, get out there and build those relationships. In fact, if you're a coach, you are a master at building relationships, right? Doesn't mean you're the pro yet, but work towards that. Coaching is a people first business. Therefore, we have to be people first in all that we do. Make that a mantra for your life because you will have depth of personality, depth of your own skills. And that will now permeate through the other person because coaching isn't about someone just buying a product. You give them instructions and curriculum and you say good luck. Coaching is about you connecting with people, whether it's group or one to one, and helping them get from A to B to C
Yeah.
all the way to Z. So yes, it
Yeah.
works. Focus on the relationship aspect of it first and you will find yourself collaborating with other people. That's exactly how Anna and I are even here today because of our
Yeah.
previous collaborations and so on. And
Yeah.
she's the number one person that I follow for all Substack advice. Like I don't need anyone else. I have Anna. Anna's helping me grow.
Thank you, Ryan. And I second that, build relationships. And I think that before asking something, just offer. I offer a lot of guest posting, for example, on my Substack to the people that I trust as well. And I offer a lot of recommendations as well. And before you're going to someone, I always say, hey, I'm recommending your Substack. If you want, you can recommend me back. It's as simple as that. You don't have to just ask, offer first, build that relationship, and make sure that you are the right fit for the audience. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain, and the worst case scenario, make some new friends. So what's wrong about that?
Exactly.
uh Philip has some following up questions. In your experience, Ryan, what's the bottleneck of coaching? Was the most difficult part from ideation, offer creation to selling? How is this approach to content better than traditional courses in the new creator economy?
Yeah. I think in the new creator economy, the idea of the workshop is what will continue to be that perpetual differentiator. And I say that because at the heart of the workshop is you, the coach. Remember what I said before, people buy into coaching, not the product. People buy coaching, meaning you, the coach, first before they buy into the coaching through whatever product, course, or service you have. So everyone, while everyone is going to the right, trying to differentiate their product, which really just means they're giving it a different name, it's still the same material. You, your personality, your experiences, your knowledge remains the differentiator. So your workshop, by nature, because of who you are and what you teach, is always going to be distinct and different. So in the new
Mm,
creator economy, you want to be different, keep selling your experience. Keep inviting people to experience you, not experience the marketing of you, right? There's a
yeah.
huge difference. Note taking time. People experience the marketing of you without a workshop. People experience you with a workshop. Get
Yeah.
people in front of you, just like Anna and I are here and Anna and I are now having a conversation. This is exactly what you want to do with people who could be buying from you. Otherwise, their experience of you is through a PDF lead magnet, your social media post, your email, your Substack. Those are great starting points, but do they let you jump from content here to conversion here? In my experience, having a large audience, that tapers out over time and it becomes
Yeah.
way too much work to maintain.
Yeah, fully agree. Nothing to add there.
Sorry
That's
that
it.
my camera keeps trying to focus here. I don't know why it's doing that. I have to change something. So,
No, I think it's fine. We can see you well. Philip has an issue registering to your workshop, but I think I will let you deal with that. Philip, why don't you reach out directly to Ryan or in
yeah,
a DM and see what's that about? Because then he can help you out better. I hope you can reach out to me as well, but I'll put you in contact with Ryan. And most coaches are confused. Who are they selling to? Any tips on this? How to find a hyper niche? Guys, I think that's up to you, But my first cent on that is, do it on something you're really passionate about. Again, I think we talked about this quite a lot today. um how to find whom to sell to is related to your offer, which is related to your niche. So be clear first of all on what you like to do, what you're passionate about, what you have experience on. See how that can be packed into an offer. And once you are having that offer, then you will know also who your audience is. And I think Ryan is helping exactly with that in his free workshop that is coming up on 10th of February. I have a different date in mind. I don't know, I went sooner, but I don't know. Ryan, do you have any other tips for that?
Yeah, at its very simple core, everyone, and I wrote an article on this too called the 452K gap. So if you go to my Substack, you'll see it there. That's also where you can see at the top of the page the link for the next workshop, which I'll put in the chat too.
Yeah.
Very simple questions, everyone. You may not, in most cases, I've never seen someone wake up one day and say, all right, I'm going to be a coach. This is who I'm going to serve. This is what I'm going to help them do. It's a process of iteration. So from the start, what I want you to, I want to give you permission on this. You won't get it right at first. Be okay with that. Let niching be an iterative process that you figure out over time. Your goal is progress, not perfection. So here's the starting point. Who do I want to help? What do I want to help them do? That's it. For me,
Yeah.
I know that I want to help coaches, not consultants, not B2B service providers, right? Not fractional professionals. I want to help the person who says, I have knowledge in my mind and I want to help career coaches or I want to help business coaches, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a career coach, we're a fit. If you're a life coach, we're a fit. If you're a business coach, we're a fit. But that's my who. And what do I want to help them do? Craft one crystal clear group coaching offer,
Yeah.
craft one crystal clear workshop so they can have a pre-buy experience, and then craft one conversion protocol, such as what happens after your event, so you can scale that to 20% plus conversion rate per month, and ultimately be on that pathway to hit or exceed 20K per month as a coach. I call them the 20s: 20 leads per week, 20 people in a workshop, 20% conversion rate, 20K per month as a coach. So we work on
Yeah.
that. That's all I want to help people do. Offer, workshop, conversion. There we go.
Fantastic. If I think about it, I think I changed and I will still change for sure my path like at least 5 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I mean major changes. And this is all natural. Don't be afraid of this type of change as well, because in the end you'll try something, it doesn't work, or it works just partially, or it works, you get all the money, but you see that the time is sucking out all your soul and you don't want to do that. It's okay to change. I mean, if you are making now an offer and you're not completely happy from all the perspectives with it, who stops you to change again? You'll only get better and better in it, and you'll only get more clarity. When I started on LinkedIn to create content online, I started actually to talk with artists, because I spent 15 years in my corporate life doing sales and marketing, and then I moved into creating artworks and starting my own gallery because it makes sense, right? And then I thought of helping artists to actually get moving as well and building an online presence. And then I moved to helping founders creating a personal brand online. So it doesn't make sense if I present it to you like that, but all these pivots, all these changes help me get clear on whom I help now and what I'm good at as well, and what people appreciate from me and from my experience. And it's a mix of all of that. It's a mix of marketing and design and branding and content creation and community building, and it makes sense to me. So don't be afraid to change, and don't be afraid to fail, like Ryan says as well, because if you get it right from the first time, fantastic, kudos to you. But most people don't know until they try, and there is no harm and nobody will punish you if you change. Actually, you need to change courses sooner rather than later, just to make sure that that you are, going ahead in the right direction. Okay. I think, thank you, Ryan. So Ryan put directly the link to the workshop there. That's fantastic. Because people were asking about that. Alice, I hope this answers your questions as well. Would you recommend joining with an agencies to help with market my offer? I'm not sure I understand this question. Um, I'm not sure I understand.
I'll
Like
take a
creating
stab
an
at it.
agency? Okay.
You can. I think what they mean is, there's a lot of marketing agencies out there that say, "Hey, I'm going to take you from however many calls you're getting now and add 20 per month," right? So they're
Oh,
effectively a service
okay.
provider.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's some out there that work. Like I am for the first time testing cold email with a client of mine, and I'm seeing some results from that. So I think that's just ultimately a
Okay.
question for you based on your budget. But what I have found is you don't need to do that. So long as you are posting content and building familiarity with your target audience, then you have the ability to invite them to your free workshop, whatever that is. And
Yeah.
it's much different when you're inviting someone to something that is free and valuable instead of trying to sell something to someone that's paid and valuable, right? Remember,
Yeah.
when you're messaging someone, what happens? Defense. They think that you're selling to them, right? And I mean, you are, so naturally they
Yeah.
should think that. But it's different when you're now trying to message people and say, "Hey, I have this free workshop. Is it okay if I send you the details?" Hey, yes, it is, right? Doesn't mean you're going to get a response from everyone,
Yeah.
but I've seen the responses dramatically change, right? When you're
Yeah.
just asking for permission to be able to invite someone to something that's both valuable, free, and relevant to them, relevant to your niche.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. And I think this leads me to my last question in the chat. Now, how do you incentivize clients to refer without being tacky? And I think it's really related to this, relationship that you have built with them before. I think it's very important also to just simply ask them to refer you, because that's how you'll get even more clients. Most of the people would come by referral. How do you do it, Ryan?
Yeah, I think there's two ways to do it. One is if you're inviting people to a workshop, it's free and you only have 30 spots. If they can invite someone that's truly relevant to your target audience, then just let them know that you'll also save them a seat as well. So make it an incentive.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a paid program, I'm just a firm believer that if someone, even the slightest, "Hey, you should work with Ryan," I believe that that referrer should get paid for that. And
Yeah.
that's how you build a good referral program. Then the third one, more of advanced question though, is when people get into your group coaching program, as you get up and running, you stabilize, and you're thinking about advancement, then
Mm-hmm.
maybe hire a part-time VA and train them on how to run, maintain, and only focus on referral programs. Working with your
Mm-hmm.
clients, right? Getting that process easy, fast, meaning if someone refers to you, it shouldn't take 90 days for that person to get paid, right? Get them paid
Yeah.
fast. Incentivize them,
Yeah.
make it a normal part of your DNA.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So I think we have been through most of it,
Yeah.
and guys, wow, it's 230 of you. Thank you so much for being here. If there are any last questions, let us know. What would you like to leave the audience with, Ryan?
Simplicity sells, everybody. Okay? Simplicity sells. You don't have to do the course, the subscription community, 10,000 lead magnets, all kinds of websites. Just focus on one offer. Allow people to experience that offer before they buy from you, which means you're not only trying to sell from content, the pressure will come off of you to try to sell for content, trying to be persuasive with your words. Okay? And then
Wow.
finally, just invite people into a deeper experience with you. Show them you have a plan for them. Show them that you can team together to achieve the results of that plan. And things will start to be simple. And if you want to come to the workshop, please do so. coacheswhoclose.com/coaching for cash. You'll see the next registration.
Fantastic. I really, really appreciate this. This is what leading with trust means. I loved having you here. I know this was super useful for our audience. I will be resharing this live with our community so that you all have the chance to rewatch, all the details. Join his workshop on the 10th. It'll be fantastic. Follow him. Let us know if you have any other questions. And thank you so much for being here and follow your questions. And if you have any preference for what should be our next topic for the live, let me know as well in the direct DMs. I'd love to be able to make that happen for you. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you so much, guys. I think this was it for today.
Anna, thank you so much for having me. You're truly one of the most generous people I know, and your knowledge is so vast. So it's an absolute honor just to continue learning from you on Substack. Thank you for helping this Substack newbie really get up and running. You're very gracious, and I appreciate that.
You take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.